This is Minecraft, but every time I take damage, I have to turn down my video settings. Okay, we end up spawning in possibly the worst biome we ever could have, which is a snowy hilly taiga, basically. And we can just take damage anywhere, which we end up taking a bit of damage here, falling off this cliff, and then turning down a small setting at first, just like our graphics settings to fast. We're starting with the small settings just so that, it doesn't ramp up too fast for me and gets terrible, because I end up getting quite nauseous at the end. Anyway, we end up finding this cave and getting some tools, such as some iron and stone, coal, etc. Find this zombie here, which is our first combat. We end up doing pretty well, just taking him out with ease. Crafting up a stone pickaxe and getting the iron. And making a furnace and smelting it up. We end up going a bit further into the cave and we find some skeletons and things, which end up shooting us once, and we have to turn down one more video setting, which is quite sad. Pretty good amount of video settings turned down early game, which isn't too good, but turn a biome blend because it's not that important. Get a shield so we take a bit less damage, and then these skeletons and zombies follow us back through the cave. We end up having to verse them. We get kind of cornered by the zombie here, just taking a bit of damage. But, we end up kind of clutching the rest of the battle. Turn off VSync, because it's not that important with the cap frame rate. Kill these skeletons, and the zombie takes out the other one. And job well done. Grab the iron. We make a pickaxe and an axe, and I believe a shovel. Yeah. Mine up these items and continue on trying to find our way out of this biome. This is sped up actually by 100 times because this biome is absolutely massive. We could not find our way out. We end up taking a bit of damage down here for probably the dumbest reason. Just watch this. Yeah, just terrible parkour here, but that's completely my fault. Just regret in turning down this setting. I end up deciding the reduced FPS isn't quite a setting because it doesn't really affect your game unless you're AFK. So I just left it as is. This is actually sped up now by 1,000 times. Me trying to get out of this biome, which ends up being quite a bit harsh. Yeah, you just see up here, I climb on top of a tree and look out on top of the world, and just you can see how bad it is. Yeah. Yeah, pretty bad. Anyway, we end up accidentally falling into this cave, which could be a bad thing, but it actually turns out being a good thing, because we end up finding a bit of iron and copper. Make a copper set and some iron tools. Smelt up that, grab some coal and continue smelting. We make our copper set, a bucket so we can clutch if we nearly die, and a copper sword. Mine up these and leave the cave. We end up finding a nice ice river here, which is good travel out of this biome. So we end up skating all through this. Pretty cool, actually. I love skating on ice rivers. Really my favorite thing. But we end up doing a few wall taps, which is nice. I don't quite crash until the end, but I got that bit out because it's kind of sad. Anyway, we find this shipwreck once we're out of that biome, and we get a buried treasure and some frostwalker boots. We never find that buried treasure, but we use those frostwalker boots quite often, actually. You don't show much. We nearly drowned here, too. But we kind of lived. This frostwalker boots just let us get across that ice pretty easy. And we end up finding these pigs. And this lava pool, which I think of going through, but I end up just leaving. We take a bit of damage here from that fire above my head, which is quite sad. just turning down particles. Pretty simple. Got a very disorganized inventory there, but we end up getting some bones and getting these wolves. Except we miss out on the second one, which is kind of sad. Would have made a little army, but, you know. Eventually we do find ourselves a non-snowy biome. And we can make our way to a place where we find, in the distance, a village. Very good. Now we can actually get a home base set up. Here we go. End up killing this iron golem. Grabbing that sweet, sweet iron. And killing a couple skeletons for bones, etc. Just want to get some food going on the farms. Killing a few zombies. And a spider, which does a little bit of damage to us, but we end up kind of tanking it, just turning down glint speed. Killing these other two zombies. Kind of scared because we've taken a bit too much damage now. I don't want to keep on turning down those settings. So I'm trying to stay back as much as I can. When I'm finding this chicken jockey, which is just like kind of terrible. He hits me through the shield there, which is insane, but you know, end up turning down menu blur because nobody really cares about that. Get a cool disc, which is nice. Don't end up actually using it, which I wish I had. Anyway, I try to take a bit more damage from these zombies while heading back to the village. And turn down my FOV effects. Wolf kind of takes care of that one, and we kill the other. Couple more zombies here. End up turning down cloud distance, because cloud's already off, so it doesn't really matter that much. Try to hit this zombie, but it's gonna take a bit of damage. Turn off minimap levels. I don't even know what that does, but I guess we'll figure it out. Anyway, kill this zombie. Wolf takes care of it. Make another bundle, and we can sort our inventory. Nice and clean. Kick this villager out of our bed and take a good night's rest. Get up in the morning and chop down this tree. We go back inside to craft, and this creeper just sneaks up on us. My crazy instincts actually catch this though, so we're kind of cooking. Strategic plays, you know. God gamer here. End up blowing up this hole for the villagers, placing down all their beds and getting them all in the hole, placing down our workstations, and now we've got a little villager house. Build a little box around it so zombies can't get in, etc. End up crafting a bunch of torches and lighting up the place. Kill the zombie here. And we found a trident around, which we go to kill because we just really want that trident. He ends up kind of destroying our shield here, so we kind of walk away. And he kind of backstabs us, which is sad. I should have timed this better, but, you know. Anyway, turn off glint speed because we don't have anything enchanted. There's no point in it. Try to sneak around, go around the house here, which the wolf ends up killing him by then. It's kind of sad. Anyway, no trident from that. Just continue lighting up the place. We find another zombie here, which does a bit of damage to us, I think. Yeah, we kind of missed that sword there. Third one. Turn down the distortion effects. Find another zombie, which kind of hits us from a crazy spot below the hill, which is just insane. But yeah, we turn down a view bombing and kill it out. Put a box on top of this because I realized zombies could actually get in into the box and kill them all. So I put a roof on top of that and leave. We get shot here, I think. Yeah, this is just terrible. He just backstabs us. We turn off autosave indicator, which isn't too bad. We should turn that off near the start. Should probably heal here. A bit low, but kind of just take the skeleton. Find this baby zombie, which is not good. I think we take a bit of damage here. Yep, bit of damage. And now I'm turning it down entity distance. Just means we can't see entities as far, but not too bad. Find this spider here, which we end up taking a bit of damage from, but we need the string because I want to make another bundle. Continue to sort my inventory, etc. Turn down my brightness which ends up being quite a big mistake. And getting some shears, shearing some sheep, and going to make some beds for the villagers. Get some hay to feed them, and place everything down. We got it at night, which is, I don't know why. Anyway, our dog ends up dying, which is quite sad. I end up killing the creeper, but and a couple around it. End up taking damage here from the zombie, turning down probably the worst setting ever, render distance, which just makes it impossible to see anything. Take more damage there, and now we're in 480p. Yeah, it's bad. Everything's really pixelated. From my point of view, it's so much worse. Everything is just tiny. This zombie hits us in the back, and we're on fire. We take a ton of damage here. From this, and turn down even more settings. I think I forgot about a bunch of the fire ticks on the settings, but we end up escaping. I'm getting quite motion sick when I'm back at the village, planting crops. And yeah, we go plant some more trees, and go to get more sheep to get more villagers. This runs pretty much at the end, because we've got one setting left, which is pretty much FOV. And yeah, so I feel like if I did this run again, I'd probably focus less on villagers, more on just speedrunning, because I'm kind of bound to take damage. Take some poison damage here, which is just ends the run pretty much. Anyway, if I do this again, I feel like the worst would be poison damage and then the withering effect. But I hope you guys enjoy. Have a lovely day.